And I started to think, oh my God, Californians, they're gonna hate me. They're all gonna be Yankees with suntans. And I just started to like freak myself out because I was judging like my perception of all Californians over one woman that I had met at the South Carolina State Fair. You know, shoes are not required for South Carolina. And the thing was, so the dairy farmers had like this big exhibition where they were showing everybody how they get the milk from the cows. And I thought it was amazing, it was fascinating, it was wonderful. They had this huge contraption that comes down these suction cups and levers, and it hooks to the teats and it starts sucking and pumping. And then this animal rights activist, vegan freak California just starts going nuts. She's like, oh my God, this is an atrocity. I've never been so offended in my entire life. Never have been in California. I'm like, lady, if they upset you that bad, I'll take them off and put them back on the towel. I started to like hype myself up because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to California where it is finally acceptable to have fake hair, fake teeth, fake tan, fake other things. Got here, could not afford the gas to get any of that shit done. Okay. Do you remember that first time that you drove on the base? Oh my gosh. Okay, go back there with me in your mind. So here I am, eloped to this guy I really don't know, let's be honest. And we drive up to Camp Pendleton, and there's like a helicopter going over my head, a tank passing me, and some dude with this giant gun, like my husband rolls down the window, and he looks at my husband, and my husband looks at him, and they start grunting and barking at each other. I didn't know what this business was. It sounded like a SEAL's meeting call. I thought my husband was allergic. I was giving him suppositories in his sleep. I was so Who here lives on base housing? Who designed these homes? Where you share a driveway, a backyard, and a common master bedroom wall. No secrets, people. That's your new best friend. But there's some wonderful traditions that you only get on base housing. Do you know what I mean? And I love these traditions. And I honor these traditions. I think it's really great. And one of the most special things is the big voice. Do you know what I'm talking about? For those of you who don't live on base, so what happens is, in the morning, when the sun is coming up, they raise the flag and they blast this bugle on loudspeakers to let us know that the sun is coming up. And then again, at the end of the day, when everything's calm, the baby's taking a nap, they blast a bugle to let you know that the flag is coming down. And when this happens, if you are outside, you just stop, be reverent, and turn and face. Because this is a miracle. So if you're having a barbecue, and you're cooking burgers, and you hear that bugle, you let that burger burn. And I love this tradition, and I honor this tradition, and I think that it's beautiful and amazing. Unless your husband just took you to Cold Stone Creamery. And you're lactose intolerant. And you don't really know this guy. You've been married for 2 months, of which he's been here for 3 days. And you're like driving home to the base. And you're thinking, oh my God, what is that spasm? And then the chill bumps. And you're thinking, why did I get 2 scoops? And you look at your husband, you're like, sweetheart, could you just speed up? When I get home. And right when you say that, that's when he pulls the car to a stop, and you look at him and you say, what are you doing? And he says, sweetheart, it's colors. And that's when you shit your pants first. And you take one for the flag. Can I talk about the commissary for a minute? like goes from the register back out through the frozen, and then the meat, and then the fish, and then the produce, and then, oh my God, you're back out at your car. And I'm like, what? Right? Okay, I'm gonna say something really terrible now, and I want all of you to brace yourselves, because that's what I do. You think it in your head, I say it out loud, and MCCS pays for it. So here's the deal. I love our country's retirees, but I don't like shopping with them. Snowbirds! Have you guys seen that commercial with all the old people on their scooters? And they're like, we're going to the Grand Canyon! I'm calling bullshit on that one. They're all at the commissary. On payday! And you will see these, they're all the same. Okay, so you'll see them, you'll hear them, you'll smell them. Actually, you smell them before you see them. It's like a mothball. And it's like this dude. He's like 7'1", and he's wearing his fancy, but it's got all these stains on it. And he's got a hat that sits on the top of his head, and it says Battle of 1812 veteran. But here's the kicker. He's married to this gorgeous, stunning, 3-foot-tall Asian woman. They live here now. And she's nagging him the whole time. Jerry! Put that back duct to single blood too high! Jerry! Get the oatmeal! Jerry, your prostate is so small, it's taking you 10 hours to pee! If you... Listen to me. This is for real. If you ever run into these people at the commissary and it's between you and them and the last of anything, let them have it. Trust me. There was an incident, Camp Pendleton Commissary 2006, involving me. A veteran of the Civil War. And a box of ginger snaps. My husband was deployed and I was menstrual. And I really needed those ginger snaps. And I got there first, for the record. That's when I heard it for him. I ran away from home when I was 17 years old to join the United States Marine Corps. I was meritoriously selected to become a major. They call me Mustang Major. I get up every morning to run 7 miles, and there's no cartilage in this knee. It's bone on bone. And I didn't come here to have some little Dependosaurus getting out of your snake. Superfly raw. Take the ginger snaps. Do you want one of my kidneys, sir? I think you need it. Take it. I participated in a different type of shopping on base, and that's called base housing shopping, where me and my neighbor Michelle would go to the higher ranking neighborhoods and find out when they were PCSing and steal shit from the yards. Don't pretend like I'm the only one here that's doing it, because I've seen your Facebook pages. I was kicked out of the Air Force Los Angeles commissary over BYOB. Now, before you guys think that BYOB means bring your own beer and I was drunk ass at the commissary, which is totally reasonable, no. BYOB means bring your own bag. And so I'm checking out, and they look at me like, ma'am, we're going green. We are at the green commissary. Where are your bags? I'm like, ma'am, I forgot half the shit on my list. What are you talking about? I bring my own bags too? She said, we like our patrons to bring their own bags. For shopping, it's more environmentally friendly. It's going green. I said, okay, let me get this straight, because I'm from the South and we're a little slow, but you want me to bring one of my bags from my house, put your shit in it, and you call that going green? Because where I'm from, we call that shoplifting. You smile now? My husband was true to his word. He was always gone. Am I right? And we are totally cursed, because you know this, the second they leave, something's gonna break. Am I right? It's like all the smoke detectors are gonna go off at 3 a.m. All the kids get the flu. You step in the dog poop barefooted, right? And it's a curse, I'm telling you. Like, even if they TVY, like my husband would wait for a weekend. Within 5 minutes, all the lights went out in the kitchen. I fell off the kitchen counter. I got my titty caught in the can opener. A stray cat came up in the house and buying stuff on eBay with my credit card. That's the story. How many of you think that maybe we deserve a little hazardous pay? But the worst story that I heard happened to my girlfriend that was stationed at Camp Lejeune. And if you guys have never been there, you know, in the South, it just gets hot. It just gets so hot. And she had a honey-do list for her husband before he deployed, but let's face it, he's a grunt, so he didn't do it. So she was having company come in town, and she realized that the sealant on the bathroom tub, the guest bathroom tub, needed to be replaced, and she thought, you know what? I can do this. I can do this myself. So she calls me at 8 o'clock at night and said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go down to Lowe's. I'm going to do this. I said, you go, girl. Oh, my God. I'm waiting for a call in 2 hours. She went down to Lowe's. She got all the materials. She comes home. By the time she gets home, it's like 9 o'clock at night, 100 degrees with 150% humidity. And she starts working on that tub, girl, because she's got it going on. She scrapes all the sealant off that tub. She cleans it off, and it's hot. She's sweating and she's tired and she's thinking, why did the son of a bitch do this before he left? And she loaded the sealant into the gun and she's thinking these thoughts, and that's when she got angry. She squeezed and the gun broke and exploded. And she was sitting there defeated with caulk in her hair. Ladies, don't mess with strange caulk when your husband's deployed. There's a predator that seeks us out when our husbands are deployed. And what's kind of weird is if the MPs just let him on the base. This guy's clever, he's smart. He waits to that point in the deployment when you're like 3 months in and you're like, what's a toothbrush?